So coming to the today's agenda, I'll show you how would be our training curriculum and what are the topics to be covered as part of our training. And uh, I'll explain the Signavio transformation suite. I'll give you the overview of Signavio transformation suite, like what are the different types of solutions offered by Signavio as part of transformation suite, and what is the use of each and every solution and all. I'll explain. I'll give an overview about the solutions, okay, of Signavio, and I'll show you the Signavio tool. Okay, how does it work and how does it look like, and what is the dashboard, how the dashboard looks like, and all. I'll show you the Signavio tool and then Q&A session enabled. So if you have any queries, you can stop me and ask me in between of the session as well. Yeah.
Sure, sure. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. So, coming to the course objective, once you attend the training session, you will be able to implement the real-time oriented scenarios. Okay, so by how to identify the business processes and how to capture the activities involved in the business process by interacting with the business, okay, or client. So, and also it helps you to understand the different types of business processes and how to mine them. Okay, how to write the transformation code. Okay, using signal code. Generally, the Signavio to transform your raw data into the event log data. Okay, so we use signal code. So signal stands for Signavio Analytics Language. Okay, so the Signavio analytic language is extracted from SQL, which is similar to SQL. So we have a similar syntaxes of SQL. So once you attend this training course, you'll be able to understand not only the understanding of the business process, but also you'll get the technical expertise as well. Okay, in terms of how to write the code and how to remember the different types of syntaxes if you're not from some technical background like SQL and all. So I'll teach you from the scratch how to understand the different types of syntaxes and how to you know remember them. Okay, so and it helps you to be certification ready. Okay, so
So on Varinder, on the second point, you're saying
yes,
business process and technical expertise. So
yes,
the technical expertise essentially means that um, like let's say if we build a business process, it entails using process mining for like getting more insights into the process. Like where do we use this like technical expertise that you're talking about, or maybe SQL or
yeah.
anything else?
So
Yeah.
yeah. So in Signavio, we have process intelligence, so, which is the core process mining solution offered by Signavio. So, in terms of identifying the business process by connecting your source system, we need to transform your raw data, whatever you extract from your source system. That raw data needs to be transformed into the event log data. So that transformation happens, okay, using signal code, okay, where a technical expertise in terms you need to understand some syntaxes like no, which is similar to SQL. Okay, so Signal is the language which is owned by Signavio. Okay, so you need to know about that Signavio Signal language to write the code from the scratch to define the events. Okay, so unless we define the events, how can the system identify that your process is flowing in this way, in that way? So system cannot be able to understand, right? So to let the system understand how your system is flowing, how your process is flowing, so based on your data, first we need to define those events. Okay, so to define those events, okay, we need to write the transformation code using signal code. Okay, So that I know I'll teach you from the scratch how to understand them and all. So that is why I mentioned that you'll be able to understand and market ready with technical expertise. Okay.
Great, great. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Fine. So I think. Hi Suraj. Hello. Suraj has joined.
Yes, I have joined.
Okay. Fine.
Yeah,
Hi.
hi.
Yeah. So we have just started. Okay. So no no need to worry. Yeah.
Okay.
Fine. Thank you.
So
Yeah.
basically, I'm from side.
Okay.
I'm trying to understand what from functional side Signavio is useful for functional consultant.
Okay. So not in terms of functional consultant, whether whether you are working on functional consultant or like that. So being an organization, okay, Signavio helps the businesses to understand their business processes. It can be any process, okay. So it can be procurement process, or it can be finance process, or sales process, or plant maintenance, or production process. It is the Signavio is used to understand your business process, how your business process is functioning, and what are the bottlenecks you have in your business process based on your data. So this is to discover your process or current state of process in your database, and to understand to identify the bottlenecks in your process. Okay, so which helps business to in terms of S4 migration, and in terms of continuous process improvements, the Signavio tool helps them. Okay, so anyway, I'll explain you so that at the end of this session, you'll come to know all these things. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah, thanks.
yeah.
So basically, it's both, right? When it's mapping the business process and as well as getting the insights from that business process, right?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
you're right.
Okay.
Okay, so once you'll be able to understand all these things. How does this tool help the business and all? So let's see how. Yeah,
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
fine. So coming to the Signavio certification, okay, so we have two types of certifications for Signavio. One is process data analyst, which purely focuses on the process mining part. That means, so in Signavio, we have six types of solutions. Okay, one is collaboration hub, and process insights, and process intelligence, process manager, process governance. Okay, so journey modeler. So, as part of these solutions, this process data analyst focuses on collaboration hub, process insights, and intelligence part of them. So, whenever you are going to appear for this exam, you need to, focus on these areas of Signavio solutions. Okay. Whereas when it comes to the business process consultant, this is another certification we have in Signavio, which focuses on the other solutions offered by Signavio, such as process manager, journey modeler, process governance. Okay, so these are the certifications offered by SAP, which you can find like an other traditional SAP certifications in certification hub or learning hub. Okay, so same as SAP certifications, this needs to be scheduled in the SAP in the certification hub. Okay, so each certification cost around 18,500 IST. Okay, inclusive of GST. Okay, so if you procure six attempts, six certification, then it would cost for six attempts you would get for 42,000 around. Okay, so this is for just like other SAP certifications, you can go to SAP certification hub and you can schedule the exam and you can take that exam now. So This is the training curriculum which we are going to discuss. Okay, so I'm going to explain you what is the process mining. Okay, what is the history of process mining, how it got introduced into the market, who introduced this process mining technique into the market, how it got evolved over the period of time. Okay, so we'll discuss about this process mining introduction, and then, since you are already from SAP, I need not to explain much about the SAP overview, but I'll just revise. Okay, what are the different types of data we have, like configuration data, master data, transactional data, how we can use those in Signavio in terms of mining the process and all. So, and we'll discuss about the manufacturing process overview, how the manufacturing industry functions, and what are the different types of processes involved in the manufacturing industry. Okay, so out of which, such as production process, procurement process, sales process, how this how all these processes are integrated to run the manufacturing industry and all. Out of which we'll take a procurement process as the business case study, and we'll discuss in detail about this procurement process, like starting from what are the activities involved in this process, and how those activities are posted into the SAP system using various transaction codes, and what is the meaning of each and every activity, and how that data gets stored in SAP in terms of a table level and all. We'll discuss in detail about this procurement process. Okay, which helps us to understand, you might know about the activities of procurement, but when it comes to process mining, what are the details required for us? So it will help us to understand how to mine the process. Okay, then we'll discuss about using the process mining solution. How can this process mining technique can benefit the business or can give the value? Okay, how to realize the value using process mining technique. So we'll discuss about that, and I'll show you the process insights tool. Okay, and how does it work, and how it is useful for the business. Okay, and I'll teach you the signal code. Okay, as I mentioned, signal stands for Signavio Analytics Language, which is owned by Signavio. Okay, so which is similar to SQL. Okay, I'll teach you the syntaxes which are required for us. Okay, in terms of mining the process, and I'll give you the training practice platform where you can practice on your own or to understand those syntaxes. And then we'll jump into the process intelligence once you get hands-on the signal code. So in the process intelligence, we'll start defining the activities or events to capture the current state of process. Okay, we'll have practice sessions. Once I show you the how to write the code for one event, for other events I'll give you the remote control access, and you will have to write the code in front of me, so that I'll assist you how to write the code, and how to understand the different terminologies of Signavio and all. So that you will get that confidence and hands-on experience on the tool. Okay, how to mine the process. Then we'll jump into the here process after defining the events, and after transforming the data. So we'll build the dashboard where you can understand how your process is performing by creating various widgets or KPIs or metrics. Okay, to understand your process performance. Then we'll jump into the process manager and process modeling, where you can where you can start creating the process model diagram. So process modeling is the language. Okay, the process model diagram should be created as per BPM and 2.0 standards. So what is that BPM and 2.0 standard, and what are the different types of core elements to be remembered as part of BPM and 2.0 standards? Okay, so which helps us to create the process model as per notations. Okay, so then we'll jump into the process manager. Once we create the process model diagram as per BPM and standards, then we will see the capabilities of process manager, how to use them, how to leverage them for business. Okay, so then we'll discuss about the collaboration hub. In the collaboration hub, how what is the use of this collaboration hub and all, we'll discuss in detail. Okay, if possible, I'll show you how how does the process governance help in terms of managing the upload workflows and all. So coming to the background of Signavio. Signavio was founded in 2009 based out of Berlin, and earlier it was the business process management software. Okay, it used to offer only the process modeling solution itself. Okay, it did not offer the intelligence and all. Later on, Signavio was acquired by SAP in 2021 and became SAP Signavio. The reason for this acquisition is SAP started, the SAP clients started their migrations from ECC to S4, right? So, as part of this migration journey, the Signavio tool helps the business to understand the client's business processes, okay, and the bottlenecks, which help them to design their desired processes in S4. Based on that, whatever the solutions offered as part of the S4 HANA capabilities, they will map those processes. Okay, so to understand the business challenges in in digital transformation journey or migration from ECC to S4, SAP has invested a lot of amount and made a lot of R&D to understand the business challenges faced by the businesses in the transformation journey. Then SAP named it as a Signavio transformation suite. As part of this transformation suite, they offer the different solutions such as process insights, process intelligence, process manager, journey modeler, process governance, and collaboration hub as well. Okay, so in the digital transformation journey, how do all these solutions help the business, okay, to streamline their transformation journey? Okay, so to achieve this, to make the transformation journey successful. So let's see how, let's try to understand how the what are the different advantages of each and every solution. So this is the Signavio transformation suite wheel. Okay. So as part of this, we have process insights, intelligence manager, journey modeler, governance, and it can integrate with the automation tools. Okay. So once you log into Signavio, you'll be landed into the collaboration hub page. From collaboration hub, you'll be navigating to the other solutions such as intelligence manager, journey modeler, governance. Whereas this insights tool is a separate plug and play solution altogether offered by Signavio. So once you procure the license for this process insights, the Signavio will provide you the separate URL and will share the credentials. So this is not part of this collaboration hub. Okay. So basically, as I mentioned, the Process Insights tool is a plug and play tool. Okay. So which can be connected to your SAP system. And once you connect to your SAP system, the Process Insights tool will start capturing the data, start extracting the data from your SAP system to Process Insights, and it captures the data related to 7 end-to-end processes. Okay, those are procure to pay, source to pay, lead to cash, order, acquire to decommission, plan to fulfill, governance, finance, idea to market. So these are the 7 end-to-end processes for which the process insights tool can capture the data and can provide us the insights. Other than these 7 end-to-end processes, we cannot mine the other processes. Okay, so it can be able to connect only with the SAP systems like Ariba, ECC, S4, other CRM, SRM tools of SAP, but it cannot connect with the non-SAP systems. Okay, once you connect with your SAP system, and it can give us the insights, it can start extracting the data for the seven processes, and based on the data, it will start calculating the performance indicators, process performance indicators for these seven end-to-end processes. And based on the performance indicators, based on your industry competitors' performance, it will identify the blockers. Okay, so say for example, if you're having automation rate for invoice creation is 30%. For example, your industry competitors are having that KPI at 60%. Okay, that means it will show us that for that particular KPI you are having blocker. So you need to improve your KPI. So when compared to your industry competitors, you're not performing well. Okay, so to perform well, the Process Insights tool provides us the recommendations. Okay, it can give us the correction recommendations or innovation recommendations. Correction recommendations are nothing but the changes which you can make, the configuration settings which you can make in your SAP system, which will help you to overcome that issue. Whereas innovation recommendations are nothing but the intelligent technologies to be adapted. Okay, such as, as I mentioned, if it is the automation rate, to improve your automation rate, for example, you might need to adopt the RPA solutions, robotic process automation, which is innovation, right, or intelligent technologies. So whereas when it comes to correction recommendations, if you can make the configuration settings in your SAP system in terms of scheduling the batch jobs or system jobs like that, so which you need not to invest your time much, and you need not to invest the cost on your on the new tools, right? So this is the difference between correction recommendations and innovation recommendations. I'll show you in our training how these different types of recommendations we have, how to understand them and all, by taking the one example. Okay, so for this process insight solution, we have limitations, okay, or disadvantages also. So those are, as I mentioned, it can only connect with the SAP systems. It cannot connect with the non-SAP systems. Okay, if you have if you have multiple activities in posted in multiple systems, say for example, we have source to pay. Okay, in the source to pay, okay, we the sourcing might happen in uh, Ariba, for example, or purchase requisitions might be created in Ariba. So purchase order might be created in SAP, ECC, or S4. Okay, or inventory management might happen in some other system like Copa. Okay, where they can manage their inventory properly, for example. Whereas when it comes to vendor invoice, okay, whenever they receive the invoice from their suppliers, those invoices might be received using some vendor invoice management tools, WIM tools such as ReadSoft, Bassware, OpenText, etc. So, and when it comes to the accounting document posting and the payment, these two transactions might happen in SAP system again. So that means in one process there are multiple source systems involved. If you want to connect all these source systems at one at single point of time and to visualize your end-to-end process, it is not possible in Process Insights. Okay, so if you want to do that, we have solution called Process Intelligence. Okay, so and it can, we need to use the Process Insights tool as it is. Okay, we cannot we cannot mine the other processes other than seven end-to-end processes. Okay, so we need to use the tool as it is, whatever the insights it is giving for those seven processes, such as source to pay, lead to cash, acquire to decommission, plan to fulfill, and finance, idea to market. Okay, governance. So these seven end-to-end processes can be, for these seven processes itself, we can get the insights. Okay. And if you want to customize the KPIs, okay, if you want to have some metrics you want to visualize in the dashboard, you cannot do in Process Insights, okay. And also it can extract the data up to 50 GB, not more than that. That means we can get the data of 2 months or 3 months or 4 months, not more than that, okay. So to overcome all these challenges in the Process Insights, okay, we have a solution called process intelligence. The use of this process insights is to get the quicker insights into your business processes. So that is why this process insights tool will help the business, okay. So in terms of getting the quicker insights into your process, the process insights tool is helpful, okay. Whereas if you want to deep dive your analysis, if you want to do the root cause analysis for your business process, and if you want to connect multiple source systems to a single process mining solution where you want to visualize the end-to-end process, okay, then the process intelligence tool helps, okay. So in the process intelligence tool, which is a pure process mining solution where you can connect all the source systems of your business process, okay, whatever, wherever you perform your you post your transactions, all those transactions of your process can be integrated to process intelligence, and you can start visualizing your end-to-end process. And you can customize whatever the process you want to mine, okay, like high to retire or insurance claim process or banking process or any process you want to mine, okay, you can mine whatever the process you want, okay. So in the process intelligence, you can also customize your dashboard, whatever the metrics you want to visualize, you can create whatever the KPIs you want in the dashboard, okay. So these are all the advantages of process intelligence, provided we need the expertise of Signal to do all these things. Anyway, the process intelligence provides the templates for some of the processes, okay, where you can use those templates and mine the process, okay. You need not to write the transformation code from the scratch. You can use those templates as it is for some of the processes, okay. So whereas for the unavailable templates, okay, process templates, we need to write the code from the scratch. Okay, so this is the usage of process intelligence. Okay, and that means the using this process intelligence, you can discover your process. Okay, how your process is flowing, what are the different types of activities involved in the process, and how those activities are performing, and what are the bottlenecks you have in your process, okay. So you can no you can identify the exact pain point area where you are having that issue in your process, okay. Whereas based on that, the business can start adapting the improvement solutions, okay, to improve their business process. Whereas process manager is the solution offered by Signavio, which helps the business to document their entire organization related business processes, or they can define their organization structure or taxonomy, okay, or organization's value chain from level 1 to level 6 or level 7, n number of levels, okay, based on their organization structure, okay, they can create that value chain, okay. So and they can create the enterprise architectural diagram, how many number of IT systems are involved are used in their organization, and what is the architecture of those IT systems, okay. How many number of layers are there for each and every system. So to that level they can document their enterprise architecture as well, okay. So as part of that, we have BPMN diagram as well in the process manager, where using the BPMN diagram we can document our business processes, okay, in detail. say for example, what is the process flow of your what is the flow of your process, okay, and who is responsible for which activity, okay, and for each and every activity, is there any documentation available in your SharePoint? Those that SharePoint link can also be given in the BPMN diagram. So at an attribute level, okay, if you want to maintain any other attributes, such as say for example, if that activity is being executed in SAP using some transaction code, if you want to maintain that documentation in your organization, how you are executing that activity, you can also maintain the transaction code, IT systems. You can also represent the IT systems, all those, to that level we can document the process, which helps the businesses in mapping their processes, okay, in mapping their processes in their digital transformation journey, as well as part of activate methodology. So and also the process manager can also be integrated with the ALM tools, such as the solution manager or cloud ALM, which helps them to import the business process diagrams, which are created as per BPMN standards in process manager, Signavio process manager, into the ALM tools, and without losing any attributes such as transaction code or responsible person or any attribute you maintain. Without losing those attributes, you can import those process model diagrams into the ALM tools, and you can start mapping your process, okay, which helps the business to create the test scripts, okay, in cloud ALM in the digital transformation journey, okay. So that is why these Signavio and ALM tools, such as Solution Manager and Cloud ALM, are tightly integrated, which helps them to map their processes and create the test scripts. Okay, so this is the use of process manager mainly. So basically, the process manager helps the business to document their business processes. In detail documentation can be done in the process manager. Whereas we have one more solution called Journey Modeler in Signavio, which helps the business to create a model diagram for their stakeholders. So, for example, customer is a stakeholder for business. So we can create the customer journey map, okay, by in detailed journey modeler documentation can be created in using this journey modeler, okay, such as how we are getting in the customer journey map, how we are getting the leads from the market, okay, and out of which what are the different feedbacks you get from your clients, okay. Out of all these leads, how many of them are getting converted into sales, and what is the feedback of your customers, where the organization needs to improve themselves, okay, in terms of service or product or quality. So how the customer is feeling about your products and services, okay. So after that, about your delivery, once you get the sale, okay, once your lead is converted into sales, then we'll have delivery and then billing and then invoice and payment. So in each and every phase, how your customer is feeling, so you can maintain some feedback somewhere, right? You can consolidate all those feedbacks into one place in journey modeler, and you can start analyzing your a customer journey map, where you are lacking and where you need to improve, okay. So this is the journey modeler. Whereas we have one more solution called process governance, which helps the businesses to manage their approval workflows, okay. So the approval workflows can be managed in two ways, okay. One is to approve your process diagram. Say for example, the modeler might have created the process model diagram as per BPMN standards in the process manager, whereas that model diagram should be approved by some approver, right, or GPO, global process owner of the organization. Unless GPO approves that process model diagram, we cannot publish into the collaboration hub, which is available for all the users or stakeholders, right? So which cannot be done. So to approve that process model diagram before it publishes to the collaboration hub, we can schedule the approval, we can configure the approval workflow in the process governance. Okay, and also this process governance helps the businesses to manage their regular day-to-day business transactions approval workflows as well. Say for example, PO approvals or PR approvals, invoice approvals. To manage their approval workflows, this process governance is helpful for the business. Okay, so which helps the businesses to manage, to govern the internal compliances or external compliances. Okay, so coming to the process automation, see whatever the automated approval workflows we can configure using process governance, we can do using this. Whereas for whatever the automation we cannot do using governance, or the process automation tools like RPA tools like UiPath or SAP Build or Automation Anywhere, those tools can be integrated with the Signavio to manage their approval workflows, or to schedule some jobs and all, to which improves the business processes, or to let the business manage their governance, compliance internally. Okay, so when it comes to collaboration hub is the place where all the stakeholders can come to one place and can start collaborating each other in terms of defining the process model diagram. Okay, so as per the modeler understanding, what is the process model diagram, whether that process flow is right or wrong. Okay, so those arguments or debates can happen, or that type of collaboration can happen in collaboration hub. So then once all agree, okay, in the collaboration hub, then that process model diagram will be published, where all the users or stakeholders can be able to see that diagram in the collaboration hub. Okay, so this is all about the Signavio transformation suite wheel. Okay, so let's jump into the tool so that it will be helpful for us to understand the tool better. Any doubts so far? Let me open Signavio. Okay,
Yeah, I'm good. So far.
fine.
So you were talking about one of the ALM tools. What is an ALM tool?
Cloud ALM Solution Manager. This is SAP tools. These two are right.
What does ALM stands for?
Asset Lifecycle Management.
Sorry, Asset Lifecycle Management. Okay.
Yes. So generally we use solution manager to manage your asset life cycle, right? And also cloud. So earlier we used to have a solution manager. Now also we have the solution manager that is not completely, deprecated. But over the period of time, it is going to be replaced with cloud ALM actually. Okay.
Okay.
So solution manager is also the baby of SAP, and cloud ALM is also the baby of SAP. Whereas cloud ALM is the updated one. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So which helps the businesses to manage their regular support of the tool, and in the migration journey to manage their asset related life cycle. Okay, in each and every phase, how we are performing. Okay, whether you are achieving your goals over the period of time, and all, to manage those, we use asset life cycle management, right, generally. Yeah.
Yeah, sounds good.
So I'm just open, I'm logging into the Signavio. Okay. Hope you can see my screen. Okay. So this is the Signavio tool. Once you log into Signavio, you'll be landing into this collaboration hub. Okay. As I mentioned, Process Insights is not part of this. Okay. So from here, you can navigate to other solutions here. Okay, intelligence, manager, governance, and all. So if I click on intelligence, I'll be uh, landed into the intelligence page. Okay, here. Here, these are the dashboards of your different business processes. Okay, so let me show you one dashboard. and try to understand how. So like this, you can we can discover the business process, like what are the different types of activities involved in your business process, and how your process is flowing. Okay, so how many how many number of cases are there in terms data, how much data is there, how the data is flowing in your procurement process. Say for example, I'm taking procurement process. Okay, so here our objective is to mine the procurement process. Okay, how your process is flowing. Okay, how many number of activities are there in your process. These many number of activities are there in the procurement process, out of which if you see, after PO is getting created, some of the POs quantity is getting changed or material is getting changed, and net price is getting changed, currency is getting changed, delivery date is getting changed. So lot of changes are happening once no after creating an activity. Okay, so which should not happen in the business process, right? So that is all these are deviations. Generally, in your procurement process, you should have a few activities itself, like purchase requisition, purchase order, goods receipt, invoice, and payment. So these are the activities you should have in the procurement process. Whereas you have these many number of activities, like after PR is getting created. Okay, the changes are happening to PR, and deletions are happening or closing, the PR is getting closed. Okay, so this should go for approval. So how many of them are going for approval? How many of them are not having any approval workflows? Okay, and after going into the next activity, what type of deviations we have for this particular PO activity? Okay, again, as I mentioned, the lot of changes are happening to PO in terms of quantity, price, material, supplier. So a lot of changes are happening here. Okay, so after that, it is going to the next activity called goods receipt. Okay, and then some of them are returning back to the supplier. Okay, so some of them are going to the next activity called invoice. After invoice is getting posted, we have some cancellations or changes to the invoice. After invoice is getting created, a lot of changes are happening to your invoices as well, which should not happen actually, right? So those are undesired activities or unhappy part of your process, right? So to understand where you are having, to discover your process, the process intelligence tool helps. If you want to drill down your analysis to the next level, okay, so let's see how we can how we can create various widgets here. So you can create the dashboard, you can create some KPIs or metrics which helps you to analyze your process performance. Okay, such as how many number of purchase orders are there, what is the total PO value, how many number of invoices are there. Okay, what is the average cycle time to complete your entire process from starting from purchase requisition to payment towards your supplier, how much time it is taking. So it is taking 6 hours, which is highlighted in green color. That means it is performing well. So it should be completed within 7 days, but it is completing within 6 hours. That means you are in time. Okay, so that is why it is showing in the green color. You can set up thresholds, and based on that you can give the colorings as well. Okay, whereas if you see here, you set the target of having 30% automation rate in your organization, but you are having 17% as automation rate. That means you need to improve a lot in terms of automating your process. Okay, so in terms of automating activities, automated a PR creation automation rate, PO automation rate, and invoice automation rate, payment automation rate. So at each and every phase, in each and every activity where we are having the automation rate, what are the activities posted manually, so we can drill down our analysis to the next level. But an overall, and for the entire organization, what is the automation rate? You can understand like this. Okay. Whereas if you see the next KPI, which is the critical KPI in procure to pay process, called on time delivery rate. That means once you create the PO and send it to the supplier, supplier needs to confirm that and deliver the goods on time to the to the business. Unless you receive those goods on time, what will happen? It will impact your production process, right? If your production process impacts, okay, then it will impact your sales process as well. That means it is directly impacting your revenue, right? Customer reputation, customer satisfaction, right? So which should not happen. So they have set the threshold of 80%, but they are having 68% of the on-time delivery rate. Let's see, why it is happening. Okay, we can drill down into the next level. Okay, we can see. So we have late delivery rate of 32%. Okay, we can drill down our analysis to the next level. Okay, here you can see vendor wise who is supplying the goods late to us. Okay, so who are the top 10 suppliers who are not able to supply the goods on time? Okay, these are the top 10 suppliers who are not able to supply the goods on time. Okay, so he is the hub site is the supplier, okay, who is the top supplier for us, but he is not able to deliver the goods on time. So he is having late deliveries of 85%, right, which should not happen. So the business can go to that supplier and negotiate why you are not able to deliver the goods on time. So we need the goods on time, which helps us to make the production on time, and we can deliver the goods to our customers on time. So see, for every business, in terms of service and providing the quality, in terms of providing the service and quality, both are important for every business, right? So if you are unable to deliver the goods on time to the supplier, your customer, or if you are unable to provide the quality to your customer, which will impact your reputation in the market. That means it is, you're losing your revenue and reputation in the market, right? So to analyze all those issues in your process, this process intelligence solution helps you to understand all these pain areas in your process using like this. So you can drill down your analysis to the next level. You can even visualize your details at PO level, for which PO this issue is happening, for which invoice you are having. All these all these KPIs can be created using these widgets. Okay, so if you click on this create widget, we have different types of widgets available. So in our training session, we'll try to understand what are all these widgets meant by. Okay, so what is this charts and tables? What are all these process related widgets? What are these utility widgets? How to understand them? How to use them in the real time scenario? We can we'll see in our training. Okay, so using the process intelligence tool, this is the advantage for the business to understand their business process. Okay, so to visualize the data in the dashboard like this, okay, so first we need to connect to our source system, okay, where you are having the data, and we need to extract the data into our process intelligence, and we need to write the transformation code in the process data pipeline. Okay, then after writing the transformation code itself, that data will be available in your dashboard. Okay, so how it looks like, let me show you. So the transformation code means this is the transformation code. Okay, so how to write this transformation code, how to understand this signal code, how to write it from the scratch. Okay, what are all these attributes? Okay, how to remember, how it will be useful for us. So we'll discuss in detail about this process data pipeline. What is this process data pipeline? What is the CTL and TNL? Okay, so how to trigger, what are the different types of features available in process intelligence? We'll discuss in detail in our training session. Okay. Whereas we have one more solution called process manager. Okay. As I mentioned, process manager is the place where we can document our business process. Okay. In detail documentation can be done in the process manager. So where you can create various, no, uh, business process model diagrams. Okay, so let me show you one diagram so that you'll be able to understand. Example, let me show you one diagram. So this is the uh, BPMN diagram where you can create your process model diagram as per BPMN standards. You can even document your business process. Say, for example, what are the different types of attributes you want to maintain? Okay, who is responsible for this activity and which in which IT system this particular activity is being executed. Okay, so using which transaction code you are creating this activity. So, is there any Fiori app available to post this activity? So all the documentation can be done in this, in this process manager as per BPMN standards. Okay, so we'll discuss in detail in our training session what are the different types of core elements of BPMN. Okay, so how to understand them. Okay, how to remember them, what is the importance of each and every core element like gateways, task. In the gateways, we have different types of gateways: exclusive, event-based, parallel gateway, inclusive gateway. So what are all these gateways and the core elements, how to understand and what is the use of this and how to remember them? So we'll discuss in detail, okay, in our training session. So basically, this process manager helps the business to document their business processes in detail. Okay, so for example, in nowadays a lot of organizations are facing the issue with their documentation itself, right? They are trying to migrate from ECC to S4, but they are not having any proper documentation available, right? So that is why every organization wants to have their own documentation or detailed documentation for all the processes. Okay, so they are using this Signavio tool not only to create the process models but also to migrate or to have the desired process models defined. Okay, process maps as part of fit to gap standard gap workshop analysis. So this process model diagram is created in process manager and this can be integrated with the ALM tools as I mentioned. So that is the usage of this process manager where you can document your business process. Okay. Is this clear? Any doubts regarding the tool?
No, I'm good. I'm good, Brenda. Thank you.
So benefits of Signavio. So these are some benefits of Signavio. So by connecting your source systems, different source systems, you can visualize your end-to-end business processes. Okay, and which helps you to discover your process and which helps you to understand how many number of activities are involved in your business process and which helps the businesses to reduce the cost. Okay, process inefficiency. It helps the business to identify the process inefficiencies and it also helps the business to reduce the cost in their business processes and which helps the business also to speed up and streamline their processes and which improves the customer satisfaction and also it helps the businesses to improve their continuous improve their business processes by performing by having continuous process improvements over the period of time. So you mind your process. Okay, after mining your process, the change or the streamlining of your business process will not happen in a single night, right? In a overnight, it cannot happen. So you need to track or you need to monitor your process over the period of time, so that you'll be able to understand, okay, so what's happening in your business process and where you're having the issues, and how to overcome those issues. Based on the issues itself, you can identify the you can adapt the improvement solutions. After adapting the improvement solutions, you will have to monitor how that improvement solution is behaving and how it is impacting your business process. Say for example, you have identified that you are having manual postings, okay, so due to this manual postings, your process is getting delayed, and the a lot of cost is incurring, and a lot of reworks are happening due to this manual. So you have automated that particular activity, that repetitive task, okay. So you need to track or monitor that automation, right, over the period of time, how your automation tool is functioning, and over the period of time, how it is performing, okay. So whether it is impacting your business process in terms of helping you or getting benefiting you by adopting that improvement solution or not. So based on that, you can change you can change your strategy dynamically to improve your process, right? So to do all these things, you have to do the continuous process improvements. So that can be done using the Signavio, and which helps you to improve the compliance by detecting non-compliant processes or fraud. So the process governance can help you to manage your approval workflows and to configure the approval workflows in your process governance process governance solution of Signavio. So which helps you to improve your compliance by detecting non-compliance processes or fraud. Now, as I mentioned, the Signavio tool is used for two purposes. One is in digital transformation journey, second one is in continuous process improvements. So in digital transformation journey, um, as part of, say for example, from ECC to S4, the Signavio tool helps you to discover your current state of process. What are the different, what is your business process actually in your entire organization. So you might have different company codes, you might have different plants or purchase organizations, right? So in each and every plant or in each and every company code, you might have different types of business processes. So this Signavio helps the business to understand, what are the different types of processes I have, okay. So for each and every company code or for each and every plant, the approval workflows are might be different in every organization, right? So to understand how your business process is flowing, and what is your current state of process for your entire organization, what are the different types of issues you have in your business process at for your entire organization. It can be at source system level, or it can be at company code level, or it can be at plant level or purchase organization level, or at an user level. You can drill down your analysis, and you can discover your current state of process using Signavio, which helps you to document your process in process manager, and it helps you to map your current process with your to be process or desired process model, which helps you to make the migration strategies, and also it helps you to integrate with the ALM tools, and create the test scripts, and make the transformation journey successful. So after transformation happens, it also helps to monitor your continuous process. So you have identified that some issues in ECC, and you have adapted some improvement solutions as part of S4 HANA capabilities, such as Fury apps, or some other Fury, some other S4 HANA capabilities, which ECC is not giving you that solution, but S4 HANA is supporting you to overcome that issue. So over the period of time, other than these solutions, you might have adapted other improvement solutions as well. So over the period of time, how your business process is improving after migrating to S4 can be monitored, okay, using the Signavio tool. So that is why. So this Signavio tool helps the business to understand, okay, it helps in your digital transformation journey or migration journey, and also in your continuous process improvements. okay, which helps the businesses to streamline their business processes and to understand the business challenges over the period of time for different business processes. Okay, fine. Whatever the explanation I have given, I mentioned here. Yeah. So coming to the scope of Signavio, sorry. Okay. So coming to the scope of Signavio, so far, SAP is having around 35,000 customers, okay, out of who are using ECC, out of which only 5,000 customers have fully migrated to S4 HANA from ECC, okay, and as per Gartner's research, okay, so they could identify that around 20,000 customers had licensed S4 HANA, out of which around 12,000 customers are net new customers who have not used ECC earlier. We have used some other tools like Oracle, Microsoft Dynamics, other tools, or some of them are taking this S4 HANA license or any transactional source system for the first time. Okay, whereas other 44%, which is around 8,000 customers, who are the existing ECC customers who have not started their migration journey. So that means for every migration journey nowadays, SAP is suggesting every client to adopt this Signavio tool to understand their business processes and to map their business processes. Okay. Anyway, SAP is going to stop their support for ECC customers by December 2027. So after that, the ECC customers won't get the support from SAP. Okay. So currently we are having 3,000 customers, that might be increased a little bit, but just imagine how much scope is there for Signavio in terms, in migration journey, not only for migration, in the day-to-day business also, the Signavio can help the business to, to generate the ad hoc reports or exceptional reports on daily basis. Okay, so to that extent, the Signavio can be useful for the business. So the Signavio, everyone can learn the Signavio, who can who might be graduates or postgraduates or freshers, okay, and also who is from process mining consultants who are working on other process mining tools can also learn the Signavio, which helps them to can get the rewarding career for them, because Signavio is the baby of SAP. Okay, when you compare to other tools, the Signavio can have that credibility or reliability in the market. Okay, so when it comes to SAP consultants who are involved in the migration projects, can also learn the Signavio tool to get the dependency, or who can be involved from the scratch of the migration projects or implementation projects, okay, where they can get the dependency in the project, and they can get the rewarding career by learning the Signavio. Okay, because by learning the Signavio in for SAP consultants who can he involve from the scratch in the project. Okay, not only in terms of configuring the tool or in some development phase and all, you can involve from the scratch, and you can document the processes, and which helps the SAP consultants to get that dependence in the project. Okay, so the BPM consultants who are working on other BPM tools like Process Manager in Signavio. So we have other BPM tools as well, MS Regio, Aris, Adonis, and all. So can also learn the Signavio, which helps them, to also which help them to learn the process mining tool as well. So in the BPM tools, generally we have only the process modeling as a solution. But if they can learn the Signavio, they can also learn this process intelligence, which is a process mining solution, and how this process mining and modeling can be tightly integrated. So which helps them to improve their career opportunities. Okay, and also for RPA consultants, robotic process automation consultants, okay, can also learn the Signavio, because to automate any process, the process mining is the first step. Okay, unless you mine your process, unless you identify the issue in your process, unless you identify the repetitive task in your process, how can we automate that process, right? So in nowadays, that is why most of the organizations are asking the RPA consultants to have or to have some idea on process mining. So for them, the Signavio tool is very easy to understand, which is user friendly when compared to other tools. Okay. So business process owners, okay, who is working in the organization, who are working as process owners, can also learn the Signavio to adopt new functionalities and to document their business processes in their in their organization, which helps them to maintain the detailed documentation or comprehensive documentation using Signavio. So which helps them to grow more in their organization. Okay. So these are some job profiles after on Signavio, like analyst, consultants, architects, and process optimization manager, governance analyst, transformation leads, like that. So these are some job profiles we have. So these are some customers portfolio of Signavio. So the reason being why I'm showing this. So if you observe these industries of these customers of Signavio, Hilti is from construction industry. Okay, Hilti is a construction based company. ISDB is a banking company. Teva is a agro based company. Matmat is a pharmaceutical company. MTF Biologics is also a pharmaceutical company. SWH is an oil and gas company. Springworks is a pharmaceutical company. Heller is a CNC missions manufacturing company. Aristocrat is the entertainment apps development company. KWS is an agro-based company. If you observe this customer portfolio of Signavio, so there is no barrier for industry. It can be manufacturing industry, it can be service industry. Everyone can adopt the Signavio to discover their business processes, to understand their business challenges, which helps them to improve their business processes. Okay, so that is why the Signavio is helpful for every business. Okay, so I've seen a lot of reality companies are also using the Signavio tool in their transformation journey, but also to understand their business challenges or bottlenecks in their business processes. So that's it from my end. Okay, thank you. If you have any queries, please let me know.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah. So
Yeah.
everything. So I think he left.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm good, Virender. Like, when can we start the session, and how long will the course